Something that I've learned the hard way is that I didn't just learn, I learned this in my 30s, but I learned that we don't become men. Men don't become men just because we get older. Someone has to teach us how to be a man. We're born males. Males are born, men are made. Now, I'm not saying that manhood is defined by me or any particular person, right? But I am saying that just because you're over the age of 18, just because you have made babies, just because you have a wife, or even a lot of money, does not necessarily mean that you know how to be a man. Interestingly enough, I just got off a call with a guy. So you guys haven't heard me talking about Myron Golden. I've made a few posts about him, but I'll be talking about him more because he has, from a distance, indirectly changed my life. And I haven't even worked with him yet. He's going to be my new coach, but I haven't even worked with him yet, but just watching his YouTube stuff. But I just had a phone call with his brother, and man, the dropping gems runs in the family. But he shared something with me that some of you men may already know, to be honest with you. So what I'm about to share, you men may already know. I just learned it at 50, but I should have learned it, in my opinion. I believe I should have known this or should have learned this. I wish I had learned this at least by 25. So in my mind, I'm 25 years behind learning this. But I got it now, and I'm going to do something with it. But here's what he said. I wrote it down. So one thing he said, last year I paid for some stuff. And when I was sharing with him, because he was asking me, if I had some money saved up, and we was talking about that, and I said, I told him something that I paid for last year, and his response was, that kind of stuff should be like 5% of your income, not 75, 80% like you spent. I was like, what? Where they teach y'all that? How was I gonna know that? Right? Good stuff. But he also said this, and I'm sharing this. So again, these things you may already know, but that's not the point of this video. The things that I'm sharing about what I learned today. The point of this video is there's a plethora of other things that you may not know about being a man, because there's no manual, there's no script. And if you were raised by your mom, as great as she was, alone, and this is not, I used to not believe this, to be honest with you. I used to not believe this, but now I do. Her raising you, just her input alone, you're not gonna get there. Because she's never been a man. No matter how much she studied being a man, it's different when you're a man. Anyway, the most valuable thing that he told me today, and again, when he said it, it seemed so simple and it seemed so duh. But anyway, he said, when you're a husband, or when you're a father, when you are the leader in the home, sometimes your family has to be upset with you because of the moves you're making, because you have a vision that they can't see, or maybe you like they have to what did he say? Basically, they have to be upset with your no sometimes, so they'll be happy later. And I'm using the word happy loosely, right? So they'll be better later. And when he said that, and I thought about some of the things that I've done, that had I had that knowledge, had I waited, oh my goodness, To be completely candid, I can say this. Had I had that knowledge before, the journey that I'm on now to be a millionaire, I would already be there. I am more than certain. So that's how valuable information is. Not worth being a millionaire. That's not it. It's what being a millionaire will allow me to do. It'll allow me to serve people better. It will allow me to retire my wife. It will allow me to get my F-150. I'm gonna talk about it till I get it. So if you've been following me for a while and you tired of hearing me saying that, I'm sorry. But it's not really the money. It's what the money allows you to do, which what Myron says is having money allows you to do what the Bible says, which is buy back your time. See, one of his principles is time. You know, people say time is money. Time is not money. Right? So this is another principle that I learned. And I think, so although this is universally, like, men and women could benefit from this, I believe this is something that men should know for sure. But, and the reason I say that, let me say, the reason I believe that men should know this is because we are so, in general, so committed to working, so committed to providing, right? We are raised with these ideas that me being a man is about me providing. And that is part of it. That's a huge part of it. But that ain't, you know, the only part. So, but time and money are not the same. Time is more valuable than money. If you believe that time and money are the same, what you'll do is trade a lot of your time for a little bit of money. That's called a job, which most of us do. You'll trade a little bit of your you'll trade a lot of your time for a little bit of money. But here's how you know, I like this example that Myron gave, how you know time and money are not the same. If I asked you if you wanted $1 million, everyone watching, whoever's watching, you would say, yes, I do, right? But then if I said, okay, I'm gonna give you $1 million, but the stipulation is when I give it to you, you have to end your life. Nobody's gonna take it. Why? Because you instinctively know that the time you have left on the planet is more valuable than $1 million. Nobody's gonna take that, right? So, but when you have $1 million, or when you have, let me not say $1 million, right? I'm just using that number to make the point. But when you have wealth, you can buy back your time, and then you can use your time for me. I can use more of my time for kingdom stuff, more for service, as opposed to trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay bills or figure out how I'm gonna, save money because we don't want a storm to happen, right? I had no idea of all of the stuff that's in the Bible, actually, and I've been in the Bible since I was a kid. But all the things in the Bible that are not twisted, like I'm not talking about when people take scripture and twist it. No, I'm talking about the real text and how much it is for our wealth and for our good. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Oh, I hadn't made my main point in me sharing all this. Here's the point for the men. If you did not grow up with a father, if you did not have a male mentor, or even if you did and you feel like, hey, I don't know what I feel like I need to know. Like, I don't know how to do marriage. I don't understand women. I thought I did, but this woman is crazy. Here's what I encourage you to do. Number one, educate yourself. Too many men come in my office saying, I don't read or I don't like to read. That's why you're in my office. Because in your ignorance, you think you're wise, right? The reason I read is because I know I don't have a dad to speak into my life. I don't have another male mentor to speak into my life. So I have to feed me. right? But as I learned this morning, there's still some things that you need from people, from a coach. That's why I'm here, right? To help take you from where you are to where you want to be in your life and in your marriage. You got to trust somebody. We were not meant to do life alone. And your wife, although she's the one that has a husband, she doesn't know how to be a man. She knows how to be comfortable. She knows how to, let me not try to run that list. She don't know how to be a man. That's the main thing. So I just wanted to share that with you. Encourage you, brothers. Do not trick yourself into thinking you've arrived and you know it all and you don't need any help. And because of this, I think I'm gonna bring back Manhood Mondays, but I'm gonna change it to something else because I'm trying to think of that's back stuff. But anyway, thinking of bringing back Manhood Mondays, because that was, when I look back over all the videos that I've done, that was the most engagement that I had. That was the most, those are the most watched videos. And it blessed the men and the women. And I really like how these brothers would reach out to me and say, man, that really helped me. Or like a lot of the men would not make comments on the video, but they would email me. Or the ones that I'm seeing for clients, they would come to the office and they'd tell me, man, that was really helpful, or, hey, when you're doing another video, because those were really helping me. I think I want to get back to that because I do believe, and this is just what I believe, right? I think Michael P. Williams taught me this. If you move a man, you move a family. If you move a man, you move a family. If you build a man, you build a family. If you tear down a man, you tear down a family. And so if I can focus for a season on getting men to be better husbands and fathers, I believe that marriages will begin to turn around. There are some women out there who are toxic, and there are some women who got, major issues. All of us got issues, but there are some women who got major issues, and the brother is like, man, I just can't, I can't win with her. There's some real situations like that, but most, at least the people I encounter, most of the people I encounter when it comes to marriage, the issue is both of them. But if the man would get himself together, the whole thing would turn around. I believe that, this is one of my beliefs. This belief is based on what I believe about the Bible. I believe that women are designed, naturally inclined to follow a man who they trust, makes them feel secure and protected. I believe, and he's giving love like God. I believe when that happens, a woman has no reservations about following. Now, I'm not factoring in women who raise their daughters to be men or to be independent and not need a man, and I can do it myself. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the women who are quote unquote boss women because they have to be, not because they want to be. Right? So anyway, let me get off my little rant. But you don't have to work with me. You really don't. But man, find you somebody. I found me somebody, finally. Well, I shouldn't say finally, because I had Dr. Rick Marks. I should say had either. I still have. So I still have a relationship with Dr. Rick Marks. But he mentors me in one area. This is a different area where Myron is going to be coaching me. But the greatest player to ever play basketball, yes, that's my opinion. I understand that. But Michael Jordan did not win any championships as great as he was until he got a certain coach. And had he kept Doug Collins, I do not believe they would have won the championship. Phil Jackson helped the greatest player win the championship. Jordan had all the skills, but he could not coach himself. And that's not just because it's a team, right? Even if it is because it's a team, you get the concept. You need a coach. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You need a coach. Okay? I'm available, but if not me, find somebody you can trust and let them mentor you. Okay? All right. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your what is today? Friday? The rest of your Friday. And yeah, man, just commit yourself to being the best man you can be. But you know what you know what you don't know, but you do not know what you do not know. Right? You don't know what you don't know. I mean, wait, that don't make sense. It does make sense. So like this, like before you saw me or met me or heard anything about me, you did not know that you did not know me, right? So there are things in the universe, in the world, on the planet that you don't even know that you don't know about manhood, right? So anyway, all right, be encouraged, and I will talk to you guys. Where's my little button? No comments. Okay, no comments. All right, yes, I'll talk to you guys next time.